Welcome to this edition of The Absolute Truth, and I am your host, Glenn MacArthur. Today we will talk about a more relevant news article, the radical Democrats. Well, as a taxpayer, I have to pay my taxes, and I don't like it when I have to bust my hump putting out an aircraft 7 years before it's supposed to be done, just so that we could win a war brought on by Democrats. And I worked my butt 100 hours a week. Now we have these two ladies who have come into this spotlight as being representatives of our Congress. And just like typical lying Democrats, they seem to think that they can do anything they like. Well, I will say one thing. Omar did have the right idea. She said that follow the Benjamins. Yeah, I think somebody in the DOJ really needs to follow the Benjamins on her case. I mean, really, who is paying for her support? I'm not paying for her support. You're not paying for their support. Maybe, and I'm sure the Sudanese, or the other Middle Eastern clique up there in Minnesota is not paying for this because they can't afford it. They're barely excuse me. They're over here on our dime, and yet she's telling us how and who we should like. Did something change in Washington? Did they just drop in IQ points? If we're talking to Korea, or if we're talking to the Saudis, or if we're talking to Ethiopians, or if we're talking to the Martians that happened to land here last week, it should be none of her freaking business. Her job, and she's getting paid well for it. Come on. $175,000 a year? Really? And she can't come up with anything better than those damn whatever we have to take out a dual citizenship just to support them. Hello. They are our friends as much as the French are, and the English, and the Jordanians, and the Saudis. Somebody needs to give this woman a wake-up call, send her a butt back to high school, because she does no business being there. She can't understand that. Her job is to do your job, and your job is not to help Louis Farrakhan slander the Islamic nation, or to slander the Iranian nation, or to slander who the hell ever he wants to do. And it's none of Pelosi's business about what should happen. It's this simple. She screwed up. She should be censured. I wouldn't put up with that crap. If somebody was starting to come in and not do their work and sit there and go on and on about how she didn't like people in Alabama or Texas, you think for 10 seconds she would be on in my work? No, she'd be walked out the door. Now, this is the way it works. If the electorate in Minnesota is so deluded that it can't handle this head wrapped funny bunny, then it's time to call it to pull her back with a recall election. It's that simple. But she hasn't gone that far yet. But I would say definitely, Pelosi, if you've got any credibility whatsoever, you pull this thing. You pull this this comic Middle Eastern goat herder out of those distinguished proceedings that she's heading up, and you definitely tell her, shut up and sit down. because she is nothing but a pain in the butt. Now, let's talk about this woman, Cortez. Really? She wants a 70% tax rate on us, the people who are paying her the same amount, $170,000, and then she wants all of us to go on unemployment so she can have her Greenpeace garbage. Who in the hell do you think is financing this government? I'll tell you who it is. It's Boeing. And let me tell you something. We came damn close to losing Boeing to both Mexico and China. No, my advice is for this idiot to figure out who's buttering her spoon. And I'm telling you, follow the Benjamins. I'll bet you it's Soros. That idiot, that second rate Führer too is nothing more than a big liability to this country. He already took down France and England, broke the bank. I mean, it's time to send this moron packing. But of course, we can't do that. We have to be nice. We have to put up with his stupid existence. So basically, all I'm saying is this: you need to take command of your ship, and if you can't, I'm sure that the Republicans will be more than happy to send you a message you won't like. Now, what's this crap about the wall? Really? Excuse me, pardon the hell out of me, but under Obama, you were more than happy to build a fence or a wall. All of a sudden, now you don't want to do it. Well, excuse me. You know, you are being really pig-headed, if not, you're living up to your moniker, a jackass. I mean, that's exactly what you are. You're a jackass. And it's time for you to cut the crap. You want those people over here. You want to have all those people here at our expense. Then why in the hell don't you take them back to your vineyard and set them up on a nice big house out there? And let's see how well you like them using your Mercedes-Benz or your G6 or whatever. Let's see how well you like being shot at by an idiot who hasn't got a brain in his skull except for tequila. Now, we put up with enough of this crap. It's time for you people to do your job. My advice is you better start cutting this outlaw junk with the drugs coming across the border and the Cinderella cartel, or we might be getting a special prosecutor to look at your collusion. Who are you colluding with south of the border to open up our spaces here? Could it be you're with the Mexican cartels and they're paying you under the boards? Yeah. As the girl said, she was right. Follow the Benjamins. I think it's about time we got some collusion going here on this side of the political fence. It's a way overdue. And let me tell you something. If they don't get their act together, there's always places at Gitmo for people who want to usurp this country. And we definitely have reservations, and we can definitely hold all the idiots. So you get that bitch fest moving, or you're definitely going to have problems. This is Glenn MacArthur with Absolute Truth. Goodbye.